It's too late to ask now. I think you can see part
Hello,
of it.
Good Stuff family. Coming to you live from Broadview Heights from the Wolf family and their beautiful backyard with the fire. You see this great little fire pit we have going on. It's a beautiful evening. Jack there at the end, 21-year-old Jack Wolf. Karen is his proud mama, and Brian is his dad right there. So Jack has Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy. And we want to give us a window into your world, what that means for you. I know that you're kicking butt. You've been in the band, you have your own band, but what does it mean for people who don't know about this rare disease?
It's basically a muscle wasting disease. So your muscles get weaker over time, and yeah, I guess that's...
Yeah, but you've been so independent, and I know a lot of it has to do with the support you have from your family and stuff. But let's talk a little bit then, Brian, what you see as and Karen as a mom and dad. What types of things that you have made sure that he is able to thrive in spite of and because of the things that he has done?
Whatever he wants to do.
I love that. And Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, all the
he's
way.
an Eagle Scout, Boy Scouts. He earned Summit in Venturing, which is equivalent to Eagle. He has been in the marching band. He spoke at the State House to 500 people. He's driving a van now. He's a straight A student at the University of Akron. There's a video. I think you have a link to the video.
I do. I put it in the comments. It's up there. Y'all can, once this is posted again, you can click right on it, or you could copy and paste it right now. It's in the comments.
Yeah, we did a video of all the things Jack has done over the years. We were actually, it started out as a presentation at the State House for a Can Do Like You program. Jack was the keynote speaker. And so we took it and made the PowerPoint into a video, and we took it to a couple of physical therapy classes at Cleveland State. And we talked to the students and showed them this presentation about what their patients can do and how to help them do things and the things Jack has done. And we've done that a few times. So we decided to make a video since COVID so you could just watch it. So it's about 20 minutes long, but I think it's interesting. It's a good video.
And Karen, so obviously one thing he is as well is humble, because when we gave him the opportunity to brag on himself, he didn't. So we love that about you, Jack. But as a mom, knowing that, I know that you guys feel like you know as much almost about as doctors do. I've got this thing in my ear. I keep hearing myself. Sorry, the audio. Yeah, because you have to, as parents, you have done a ton of research into Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And so when we sit here today, Karen, give us a window into why this is so important today as we sit here with the research.
Oh, the research is so important. I mean, since Jack was diagnosed, you know, the doctors just give you these horrible stories, and then you meet families, and you just live every day to the fullest. And whatever Jack wants to do, we make sure he can do. And very, very proud of what he's aspired to. People look up to him.
Yeah, I do. And we should also say our friend Gina Salvatore is here on this line, because we're going to talk to her after we talk with the Wolves. When we talk about rare diseases, there are so many people who are just trying every single day, first to stay alive and to thrive in spite of it. So now, enter this pharmaceutical company. Brian, when you were explaining this to me, you have like the knowledge of the researchers, but you're able to bring it down to ways that we all can understand. Tell us why is so. Jack just had his first infusion yesterday. I'm assuming last week.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is the second one.
Yeah.
Tell us what this drug is that the FDA has so much hope.
So I'll explain a little bit more about how Duchenne is genetically linked. So there are things in your DNA called exons, and your body reads through these exons like a recipe. So these 79 exons build a protein called dystrophin, which Muscular Dystrophy Association, that's where that came from. Dystrophin is a protein that rebuilds your muscles. So as you work out, you actually tear your muscles, and they rebuild with dystrophin. Jack's body doesn't make dystrophin because he has a problem with the recipe. So in those exons, you could have duplications, deletions, something called a premature stop codon, which basically says, hey, I'm done with the recipe, but you're not. So Jack has a deletion of 46 and 47, and all these exons fit together like puzzle pieces. So 45 does not fit with 48. 48. So if we skip 45, 44 will connect with 48 and continue on the recipe to make dystrophin. It's a shortened version of dystrophin, but it should be functional. So that's what this medicine does. It skips exon 45 for Jack, so 44 connects to 48, and it reads through to build this dystrophin.
And that means essentially that it could halt the progression.
It should stop progression, and hopefully we can see some improvement as his body builds dystrophin. This is a whole new version of drugs because they're specific to the person's genetic makeup. What is their genetic? The first one that was approved was for exon 51. So they did by the most number of boys, and it mostly affects males, but there are some females that have it. But they focused on the most help for the most kids. So 51 was first, 53 was second, and then this year we got 45. So.
And so what does that mean for you, Jack? What kind of hope does this give you?
Well, it's pretty helpful, and I hear that they're working on even better drugs for the future, so that hopefully we just keep getting better and better.
Yeah. When we say it's rare, how rare for people who are diagnosed with Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy?
1 in 3,000 births.
1 in 3,000.
Yeah.
So this is hope for those people. Not just the people, like you say, they're adding with each progression. This is the third.
The third one, yeah.
Yes, the third one.
Yeah.
So when you were already gearing up, when you have a breakthrough in technology and research, you're already gearing up for a fight within the insurance company, right?
Sure.
You already had the appeal ready, did you not? Right?
Well, we were expecting an appeal. We didn't need to use one.
Exactly.
But the pharmaceutical company was very helpful, and they have a whole program to help the patients get through all that process and get the drug.
Yeah. And so your insurance company said, let's
Yeah,
do this.
let's do it. Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
how does that make you
That's
feel?
awesome. It was unexpected, but awesome.
Right, because they believe. Obviously, it says we're with you. You know?
Well, I mean, I think we have to thank the people before us, the ones that exon 51 and 53. 5 years ago, April 25th, we went to Washington, D.C. to help them get 51 passed. And I talked in front of an FDA panel about getting that passed and what it means to the patients. So I think it was 6 months later or something that it got approved by the FDA. And that kind of opened the floodgates for these medicines.
And it'll be 1 shot a week for how long? Not shot, it's not a shot, it's an infusion.
It's an infusion. So he has to get an IV.
Okay.
He'll have to get a port, and then he'll get an IV every week, forever.
Forever. And when we have our friend Gina Salvatore, in fact, for anybody watching, they know that Gina Salvatore is a founding member of the Good Stuff family, and she and I met this family, the Wolf family sitting here before you, together when we came over here for the dog that you had from Wags, another good, this is God we use, not watch him work. And they
What was that dog's name? I forget.
I'm gonna go with Kendrick.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, because Wendy Cran named that dog Kendrick for my birthday. What an amazing gift that was. So these dogs are trained in prisons, and then they come to families like yours before they go on to the kids that they help. And so we came here to meet you and to meet Kendrick, and from the second we walked in here, some people you just want to keep close, and that's the Wolf family. Like, honestly, if we had the same blood running through our veins, I don't love you no more, and I mean that. And Gina feels the same way. So I thought it was great that we could bring her in as well, because some people are aware of Gina's story. When we talk about rare diseases, our dear friend says that she hit the jackpot of rare diseases. So Gina, give us a window into what it is that you're battling and up against.
So the biggest battles are usually my daily pain. It goes from my top of my head, my toes. I have a condition called lipedema, and it causes swelling in my entire body, which actually morphed into lymphedema. And I also have a condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which May is actually Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month. It actually is a connective tissue disorder. So it affects your joints. It affects everything from your vascular system, your lymphatic system.
Oh, there we go. What do you say? Let's try that. Well, we'll have to leave. I mean, this thing.
Yeah.
Gina, can
Just
you
leave it
hear us,
hanging.
honey?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, let's go with this. Here we go. Because the wolves, we had the remote mics on them, but they're, we heard them fine, and Brian's sitting close enough. So, sorry for that. I heard most of that. And the viewers were able to hear everything you were saying. So we can hear you now. So please continue. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's been a long battle. I was originally diagnosed in June of 2016. And at that point, it's like, okay, great, I have a diagnosis, but now what do I do with it? And for 6 months, I just battled the insurance, trying to find a doctor, someone that actually knew about my condition. And that actually presented me with a network deficiency because no doctors in Ohio even wanted to talk to me. They said, sorry, we have no idea how to help you. Thanks for stopping by. Here's some pain meds. Have a nice day. Have some compression garments. Hopefully that'll help. Here, have some, here's a prescription for gastric bypass surgery. Hopefully your pain will go away if you lose weight. But unfortunately, none of those were my issues. My issues were because of my faulty lymphatic system, which was causing swelling in my body, which was not affected by diet and exercise. So I reached out to a surgeon out of New York and New Jersey who has been a lifesaver for me. Was actually able to get some of my surgeries approved. Now I'm working on year 5, battling the insurance companies and appeals to get these life-saving surgeries that I desperately need.
And it really is life-saving because you, being the go-getter that we know you to be, founded these groups for lymphedema and lipedema, right? And tell us what you know to be true. You have lost people.
Mm-hmm. When you're burying friends before they're 35 years old because of the same condition you have, you don't take one day for granted.
Yes. So when you hear that the Wolf family is celebrating that they got the nod from the insurance company, we're here to also shine a light because we say together we can, together we will. We want to shine a light on similar battles with people who we love. And so your plea, simply stated, is what? What is it that you need people to know?
There needs to be more awareness of what this condition is actually causing. It's not a cosmetic issue. It is causing blood clots, strokes, decreased quality of life. I've seen friends of mine in wheelchairs before the age of 30 because their joints don't work anymore. They just start falling apart one thing at a time. And to have a friend that went into the hospital because she had upper respiratory infection and they released her to go home, and 3 days later she dies of a blood clot. And she was only 30 years old.
So what is it? What is the procedure that you know has worked for some people that you can't seem to get the green light for yourself?
They considered a non-lymph sparing liposuction procedure where they go in and remove the fluid from the fat cells. Because unfortunately, when you have lipedema, most people's lymphatic system have a tail. So it allows the fluid to move freely out of the body. Unfortunately, my tail was missing. So instead of a tail, it's a circle. So it just continually recirculates in the same area, and my body can't get rid of the toxins. So unfortunately, another one of the side effects is you have a higher chance of having cancer because of it, because your body can't get rid of the toxins.
And there's a procedure, though, that people have been living and thriving with,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, I have a friend out of St. Louis, actually, Amy. She was approved. She said not a day goes by where she's not thankful that her pain is actually completely gone, back to 100%. no issues, and she said she'd never look back. And she's hoping and praying that hopefully one day that this will be across the board, that everyone that has this condition can get the same kind of treatment.
Did you explain early on too that, because I know you, that it was easy to relate to when anyone who's had their blood pressure taken, this is how you feel 24/7. We can't wait for that cuff to release, but that's how you like it, right? When your own cells hold on to this fluid.
Right.
So if you're watching, our first request is that be aware, and secondly, to maybe help join this crusade. It's a crusade, isn't it, Gina? That
It really
you're
is.
on. Yeah, yeah, and again, we celebrate today the fact that the Wolves are going to be seeing some great improvement, at least at the very least, the halting of Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy for Jack there at the end of the table. If you're just joining us, and what did you say the name of it? I had written it down.
It's called Amandes 45, and they also call it Casmerson. I think that's how you pronounce it.
What was the C word that I wrote down today?
Casmerson.
Oh no, it was I don't have my notes with me, but it was the pharmaceutical company, maybe.
Oh, Sarepta.
That's it. That's the one.
Sarepta's
Yes.
the company.
So right. So we're saying huge kudos and shout out to
Yep.
Sarepta. And also when we talk about God Weaves Now Wash and Work for the Good Stuff family, we're hoping that if you're seeing this and you know other people who could join in, who could maybe help towards a solution, or at the very least be part of the good results that we're having here. That's what we're just trying to do. We're trying to scrape the surface and shine a light on it, right, Gina? Because we know how valuable and how many lives are at stake.
They estimate about one in 9 women actually have lipedema, and the longer it goes untreated, that's when more complications arise. Like in my case, my lipedema turned into lymphedema.
Yeah. And you have to be inspired by the Jack Wolf story and the rest of the people who. Mm-hmm. So we say kudos to the pharmaceutical companies who are working, and just ask that the insurance companies have more of an open mind, right, and on your front, in which could improve your life and save your life. It's not too dramatic.
Right.
All right. Anything else you want to add, Gina?
Just like you said, bring awareness. I mean, there's probably so many people out there that don't even realize they have it because their doctors have just been dismissing them. Do not take the first answer. Go back, look for answers, look for results, look for someone that's going to take you seriously. Don't give up.
Yeah, and the time I've known you, no one, and I mean no one who I know eats a more disciplined, consistently disciplined diet. Keto, counts every single carb, no sugar, and for a doctor to dismiss you and say go have bariatric surgery and you need to lose weight, and you have the journal of everything you've been eating. So that speaks to people maybe listening to this too. If that's you, don't give up. Don't give up.
Right.
That's a sufficient answer. That's not going to cut it. All right. I love you, my friend.
Love you too.
I also love your shirt a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I know you're probably jealous that you couldn't come hang out with the Wolves, our family who we love, but we're going to do like a do-over out here when we can. And hopefully we will have sparked some awareness, right? And maybe in the follow-up, we can link some more people into this. Anything, those mics aren't working right now, but I think you're close enough, Brian. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Anybody that's ever donated to MDA telethon or filled a boot or went to a fundraiser has something to do with this.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
There you go. And talk about awareness, right? That's a great example. In fact, you guys went to the firefighters and you explained, didn't you do like a demonstration?
We did.
Yeah, tell us about that. I loved that.
So to explain what Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy was, I said it was like a recipe that you're making chili for the chief. And there's a something's missing, the beans are missing, or you have extra meat, or you didn't finish the recipe because you had a call, and it worked out pretty. It was fun. So we gave the firemen little cans of chili when they were done.
And the analogy again, explaining what's happening. And here's the last thing I will say. If you're watching us and you think, well, I don't know anyone with Duchenne muscular dystrophy or lymphedema, here's what I propose. That if you don't have to go in the morning, you wake up and your muscles work and your lymph system is working, I just say stay rooted in gratitude and don't take it for granted. Because when we say together we can, together we will, it means that we have empathy for others and that we stay rooted in gratitude. And together we can, together we will. I can't say it enough. So thank you guys. We'll do a follow-up. Good luck next to your second. If you're just joining us, he gets his second infusion tomorrow. How long does it take, Jack?
It's about an hour, but it takes there's 24 vials. So
24 vials in an hour.
Wow.
Okay. Because I forgot we pulled your mic back there so we could hear Gina. Gina, did you hear him okay from back there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to believe though, when you're sitting there, is it like, honestly, is it too dramatic to say that it feels like liquid hope, right?
It was cold. Hope.
It was cold hope. But just know that there's promise for better days. That's awesome. And that's why we applaud today. All right. So thank you for watching. And please feel free to reach out on the Good Stuff page if you have suggestions. And we included those links in the comment section where you can see Jack. And the other link that you sent. An example of how it works.
What the drug does.
Exactly. So that's all there in the comments. And feel free to reach out to us if you have anything else that you would like to add or maybe even point us in the right direction, to which we can continue this dialogue and see hope for our Gina, who is just good stuff personified for so many. So I'm way over here. I think this is the end. I hate to push end because I like to keep the dialogue open, but just God bless y'all for listening. We love you, Jack,
Thank you.
too. Okay, bye.